As soon as Nischay entered the bathroom, the sound immediately came out of his mouth due to the touch of cold water. Gauri was not at home from last 2 months. It felt as if many ages had passed. It was unexpected for Nischay that Gauri left so suddenly. He thought that she who came to her husband's house will endure thousands of mistakes of her husband and stay there till she dies. But perhaps he had forgotten that iron would change shape if it was struck at once. But the freedom he wanted then was naturally entangled in him. Sonal was Nischay's secretary. Her innocent beauty had a charm like dewdrops on a blooming flower. Nischay did not know when she came near him and got closer while taking care of office work. He was mesmerized by her looks and gestures. Without her, Nischay would have felt nothing. For Nischay, Gauri was like the sunshine while Sonal was like the kiss of the springtime. After Gauri left, Sonal's dictatorship started on Nischay. Everything was going well. The good job Nischay had was gone due to the sudden economic recession. With that, his troubles began. Whatever flowers he was wandering around with, they turned into cactus one by one. Sonal's true colors were revealed by the time he recovered from this injury. Her chameleon like nature made Nischay desperate. He was filled with loneliness due to economic recession. Over Sonal's cheating, guilt for misbehaving with Gauri. Gauri's love, innocence, and innate dedication made Nischay embarrassed. As soon as she woke up in the morning, she used to give coffee in bed, hot water in the bathroom, snacks on the dining table, and newspapers. While leaving for the office, Gauri used to do everything very naturally, like ironing clothes, polishing shoes, bringing briefcase, and taking care of Seema in between. Nischay said to himself. Nischay could not do even one of them on time. But he wondered how Gauri used to do so many things alone. She was managing the house very well. Even after her departure, Nischay was aware of her presence there and the importance she had in his life. He searched for her day and night. Even if he got a small hint that she would be found anywhere, he would have run away. But everywhere there was disappointment. Nischay did not know where she disappeared to. In the corner of his mind, he got an idea of filing a complaint with the police, but did not pay attention to this work. Since Nischay had bloodied Gauri's eyes, humiliated her beyond limits, he thought that the police have hundreds of interpretations of how she left home, so he was trying to find her at his own level. Suddenly, a lightning flashed in his head. Kajal was Gauri's close friend. So, he remembered Kajal and said, "Why didn't I remember her till now?" and got angry with himself. He again continued thinking in this manner. Surely Gauri must have gone to her, or Kajal must know where she has gone. In the thick darkness of destruction, a ray of desire excited him. Nischay quickly got ready and left. It was already 10 o'clock. Nischay went straight to Kajal's office. I have just come to know that Gauri has left you. Good luck to you. The pain is over, said Kajal. Nishchay did not speak. I do not know where she is. Even if she knew, she wouldn't have told you, she said with disdain. She is at ease wherever she is. I am here crying and dying. Kajal, please, I have realized my mistake. The veil of love that Sonal had tied around my eyes has now come off, said Nischay. I have a lot of work now, Nischay, said Kajal. As the night fell, the cold wind was blowing. Nischay was sitting on the balcony deeply thinking about Gauri. The dew was spreading outside. An even thicker dew spread inside and Nischay was drowning in it. Sitting there for a long time, Nischay was lamenting. He told to himself, the memory of Gauri, treating her so badly, is killing me now. Nischay's situation was very strange for several days ahead. Every moment Nischay had spent with Gauri was coming in front of his eyes and he felt like he was being stabbed by a knife on his chest. He said, let me have Gauri once, just once. I will never let her get away from me again. I apologize to her. I will atone for my crimes. I love her so much that she forgets all my mistakes. I will make sure that not a single drop of water falls from her eyes. I will sacrifice all my happiness to end her suffering. But first of all, I must get Gauri. It was a very busy area. There were offices of big companies all around. It was very busy in the evening. One day, when Nischay was thinking about something and was leaving there, an electric current hit his lifeless body. Nischay saw Gauri coming from the building in front of him. His heart started pounding. He immediately wanted to run to her, but this could not be done due to the speeding vehicles on the road. When the green signal comes, many vehicles start speeding. Meanwhile, she boarded a bus and sat down. Nischay ran fast and crossed the road. Nischay decided in himself, the next day is second Saturday and the day after that is Sunday. Spending these 2 days will be like an opportunity and an abyss for me. Thinking of something, Nischay went to the office from where Gauri came out at the same speed. A beautiful girl was sitting at the reception. Is Gauri working in this office, taking care of his fast beating chest? Nischay asked. When she said yes, Nischay asked for Gauri's address. She looked at him strangely. Madam, please, Nischay requested her. Gauri is my wife. Due to some reasons, there was a misunderstanding between both of us. She got separated from me. I want to meet her and resolve our differences. We also have a young daughter. It would be very helpful if you could give her address. Believe me, I am honest, came Nischay's voice. She pondered the truth of my words for a while. Maybe she seemed to have trusted me. She wrote Gauri's address on a piece of paper. Nischay came back floating in the air. He could not sleep the whole night. He was thinking, how to face Gauri? Will I look her in the eye? Will she forgive me or not? I know her nature very well. Once she made up her mind, she would not let go until it was finished. The anxiety that arose in some corner of Nishchai's mind was trampling his entire personality. He was vehemently pushing away the clouds of doubt in his mind. She is my wife. She loves me from the bottom of her heart. Maybe away from me for a few days, but not permanently. Nishchai's mind became a little lighter. Gauri's innocent beauty danced before his eyes. Finding her address was not difficult. It was a clean two-room flat in a medium-class colony. There was a peaceful atmosphere around. Gauri's fragrance could be felt from the fragrance of rose flowers grown in flower pots placed outside. Nischay was thrilled. He pressed the calling bell. The waves of music playing inside were soothing his ears. He recognized Gauri's footsteps coming from inside. His chest was pounding. Is that you? She was shocked to see me in front of her. Gauri, how many places have I searched for you? You were nowhere. You never gave me a chance to think. Just like that, you left me. There is nothing like suddenness. You have cheated me. I had to struggle to get out of it. If I had been with you for a few more days, it would have been difficult for me to live. You wait till I die. It should not be a hardship on your part. I am very shy, Gauri. Nischay folded his hands. I have been punished enough for the injustice done to you. Please forgive and forget what has happened. You didn't bother me so much. Now you have told a new story. Her voice was harsh. Your colorful words don't influence me a lot. Enough is enough. Get out of here. I don't want to continue my relationship with such a lowly man like you. Nischay was looking at her in surprise. I know your intellect very well. You will stoop to any level for your selfishness. I will never forget every single hit you gave me. Give me a chance to atone, Gauri. I don't want to hear anything. I have erased the memories of the day spent with you from my mind. Will you invite me in? Nischay asked. You lost that power long ago. Nischay did not speak. You brought this situation on yourself. I tried everything to save our love. No matter how hard I tried, you never tried to understand me. Tolerable enough. How much longer can you bear? How much more? I bent before you and started to collapse. I reached out to you so that you could save me from falling, but you were ready to destroy me. Nischay stood without speaking. I regret not understanding you. Understandably, however, you put on the mask of a gentleman. I was proud to have a partner like you in the glow of this mask. But after marriage, I realized that I had done something wrong. As soon as I got to know you, I was shocked to see your real face when the mask you wore fell off. Everything was fine in the beginning. Next, you would disappear for days at a time. You made me believe that to be a business tour. I would have lived in the same illusion until now if I had not seen you holding the waist of the secretary. That is Sonal's waist. When I went to the hotel to attend the seminar on Kajal's insistence, the secret of your business tour was revealed in the same hotel. Seeing someone else in your arms was like falling from the sky. But there was no panic on your face. Before I could say anything, you asked thousands of questions because I was there. If I wanted to do, I would have answered each and every one of your questions. But from your behavior, I was showing my defeat. You took my silence as weakness and started doing as you liked. I used to lie down on the couch waiting for you, crying quietly. There you were a captive in someone else's arms. That's all past news. I have forgotten that, Nishchai said with great difficulty. It may be a common thing to you, but mine is all buried under a lost chest. I still feel those pains. Remember our first wedding anniversary. You left home early that day. I waited for you till midnight that day. Even if there was a small noise, I was running near the door. I thought you might be tormenting me because you are around. Finally, you arrived home. I managed to take you to the bedroom. You did not want to eat that day. Probably you might have eaten with Sonal at the hotel. You pounced on me like a wolf until I wanted to go to another room. For a long time you bit me, squeezed me, tortured me. I was reeling in your beastly grip. Body and mind were injured by your violence. How can I forget all that? Enough, Gauri, I cried with my hands over my ears. My mistakes are biting me every moment like a poisonous snake. Can't take it anymore. Please forgive me once. Swear that I will not cause you any further trouble. No matter how much you have beaten me up, there is nothing left. Like a flower, you made me new whenever you wanted. I never tried to know that I had another existence apart from the bed. I am human just like you. My body is made of flesh and bones. A heart beats within it. I too experience happiness and sorrow like you. Meanwhile, Kajal helped me a lot. She inspired me to live. She encouraged every step. If she had not given me emotional support, what would I have been by now? I was trying to stand on my feet to maintain my existence. Kajal helped me a lot. You didn't want me to go to work. You were disturbed to see me standing as your equal. By the way, your ego would be satisfied with my tears. Otherwise, you would be reeling from despair. I confess to all my mistakes. Give the punishment you like, but please come home. Nischai requested helplessly. Which house? She was irritated. That lifeless building made of stone and brick. Only your dictatorship will take place in it. Whatever you like will happen. From the bedroom to the decoration of the drawing room, everything was done according to your wishes. You used to order me what color saree I should wear, what kind of food I should cook. You didn't ask me what I wanted. If I sat down to watch TV, you would grab the remote. You couldn't watch my favorite shows. There, my existence was not visible. My thoughts, my feelings, my existence were all wrapped up in your special behavior. My life in your Hitler court was unbearable. I was suffocating in that dark room. So I have gone far away from you because I can live comfortably as I want. Now, whatever you want will happen. I will not take a single step against your wishes. When you left the house, it has become like an abandoned bungalow. It makes me want to hear my daughter's little laugh. Make that abandoned house a beautiful home again, Gauri. Nischai's throat was full. Don't use your dirty tongue to name my daughter. With hate-filled voice, Gauri continued. Physical pleasure do not entitle anyone to feel like a father. A lot has to be sacrificed for children. When I got pregnant, you screamed and screamed that it was not my blood that grew in my womb, but of my boss. I was shocked to see your attitude. You can tell all that easily, but there was a deep wound in my heart. Your tongue felt like it was going to rip, but culture had tied my hands. You made many accusations against me and insisted that I get an abortion done. But I was determined to give birth to a child. While I was fighting for my life in the room, you were having fun with Sonal. Not once did you come to see what condition I was in. I would have died if Kajal had not helped me in such a difficult time. You find new ways to trouble me. You often compared me with Sonal. In your eyes, my face, the way I apply lipstick, my hairstyle, my dress, and my figure are all very soft in front of her. It was your habit to find fault with everything. I did. Stupid, crazy, witless, such words that came out of your mouth pierced my heart like arrows. I was boiling inside the fire of your rhetoric. When I asked you why you married me, you would get angry with me. I was bored with this life. I felt like I was locked in a dark room. It was as if poisonous scorpions were biting my ankles. The poison had dissolved in my blood. Breathing stopped. I did not want my daughter's life to be ruined in such a condition. My daughter should not have to suffer what I went through. Get out of here yourself. Otherwise, I know very well how to push a shy man like you out by the neck. One more thing, she pointed her finger at Nischay and roared like a tiger. Don't forget about it. If that happens, I will make the rest of my life rot in jail. She said without looking at Nischay and went inside and slammed the door on his face. Nischay just stood there doing nothing. A man's mistakes follow him like a shadow. After lakhs of attempts, he cannot get rid of them without experiencing the consequences. That day, Nischay did not appreciate anyone's worth. Today, he has become worthless in their eyes. This world is like a well, echoing as we shout. We reap the harvest as we sow the seed. The idea of solitude brought the shadow of death to Nischay's eyes. Dragging himself like a nomadic cloud, Nischay set out on an unknown road. However, this life now had to atone for his mistakes.